Hi friends, how are you?
Fine, fine.
So today we are going to discuss on one other topic. Should the intelligent students be taught separately in the class, or they should be mixed with the normal students, average students? So who will take the lead?
I think that intelligent students shouldn't be taught separately.
Okay.
Because in some way, I don't think dull students will be able to make a progress when they come to know that they are being differentiated from intelligent students, and that will at a certain point of time put their confidence down, that they are being treated as dull students and not like every other student.
Okay.
Sir, I feel that they should be taught separately because school is a place wherein their foundation or the base has to be made strong. And if intelligent and weak students are taught together, then at times the base of the weak students remains weak only. So if they are taught separately, then I feel that more attention can be given to the weak students, and as a result they can upgrade their level. So I feel that they should be taught separately.
What are your views, sir?
According to me, I feel that both of them should be taught together, because an average student would be motivated seeing the intelligent students also, that they can also be like them if they are being taught with them. Like they can see them and try to copy. Like we feel like copying, seeing good things in others. Similarly, an average student will also be loving to do that, what benefits they are getting like the intelligent students. So they will try harder and harder to become as the intelligent students are. So according to me, they should be taught together in the same class.
But I feel that if they are made to sit together, sometimes they will be conscious about being taught like together, and they will have the inferiority complex that I'm not as good as a good student. So they are likely to lose, in fact, rather than they gain it. And moreover, teachers will not be able to give them a separate treatment. Say, a teacher has to move with a certain kind of pace of learning or teaching, I would say, and an intelligent student will feel that it is being taught in a slow manner, whereas a poor student will be benefited out of it, no doubt. So I think if they are taught separately, they will get like a fast learning student can learn in a quick manner, whereas a student who are not able to pick up quickly, they should be taught separately so that slow training or teaching can take place.
A few methods can be developed in such a way that the teacher should be teaching the students in such a way that it is beneficial to both of them, like intelligent and average student. We studied in school and we were not treated like separately. As you said, an average student may feel inferior studying with an intelligent student, but they may also feel inferior if you separate them with, from those that of intelligent student. Like if you put them in another division, saying that they are average student, then also they can feel inferior.
But practically speaking, we all know that teachers, they do have certain time constraint or limitations. So they are allotted certain time, or within particular period they are supposed to finish their given syllabus. So because of that, they are not able to give personal attention to the weak students.
Yes, I do agree with this.
But again, the same thing happens here when a teacher is allotted a certain amount of time to complete her portions or her course, then she'll have to move fast in the same way with the dull students also.
But
because I guess examinations when take place on a gap of time, quarterly or say monthly, they have to be together. You can't separate intelligent students and dull students, that intelligent students can give first and then dull students.
But what I have observed is that usually weak students, they cannot come up with their doubts because of the inferiority complex.
Absolutely correct. Like
they always
they have the
feel
doubt. Yes.
hesitant to come up with their doubts. So if they are given separate class and separate coaching, then they would be easily able to come up with their doubts and hence can solve it.
But there will be lack of motivation when we separate intelligent and dull students, because
In
if
fact, like they get demotivated only when they are taught together.
no sir, but
Because whenever teacher would ask any question and intelligent students are able to answer it, that will lead to inferiority complex among those students who are not good.
But then here the teachers are asking the questions to students. But when we talk about doubts, if the students are not asking questions to the teacher, then the doubts will remain as they are. Dull students wouldn't come up and ask their doubts if they are not asking with intelligent students also.
But other thing I've noticed is they also have fear in them. They are literally, afraid of presenting their doubts or coming up with the answers, even because they feel that they might be wrong, and because of the, impact of the intelligent students.
Yes, exactly. So that's what the thing is. Like if they have been taught with the intelligent students, they could learn how to give answers, how to learn more, or how to catch up what other students are doing. Rather than setting all the dull students together, they wouldn't learn from each other new things or difficult things, whatever that is.
It may happen that sometimes
See,
the intelligent student learns something from the dull student. Like something the dull student must be knowing which the intelligent student don't, maybe they are not knowing that particular thing. So it is like they can learn from each other.
Of course, they will be benefited, but I feel that if they're given separate treatment, it will benefit them more. Because in that particular kind of environment, that is why they go for tuitions and all.
And also, like when they are exposed straight away to a huge crowd consisting of intelligent students and more smart students than them, they get afraid and hesitant. But when they are exposed with the same group, they would slowly that would increase their level of confidence, and they would learn to speak up, they would learn to come up with their doubts, they would learn to answer in front of the same group or same level students.
But again, we'll need a certain source of motivation for those students.
But who can be the best motivator than a teacher?
Yes, but then again a teacher's competency level is being tested here. Because if a teacher is just interested in intelligent students and not in dull students, she won't be teaching to dull students, or maybe not able to motivate them also to grow.
But practically it does happen that teachers, they focus on the intelligent students only.
But
So they ignore literally the weak students.
Yes.
So that happens only when they are taught together, but when they are taught separately, teacher has no option. She has to focus on weak
So again,
students.
here we can discuss the commercialization point, right, ma'am?
Yeah, very well. Like if a student is being taught separately, fine. While the academic period, they are taught separately, but after leaving their school life, they have to go into the market. There, no one will treat them separately. So they will not have that much of capability to face all that when they actually face the market. Because from childhood, they were being treated in the small group only.
Average student.
A group of average student.
No, but it's
So-
not kind of permanent thing. Once the weak students are groomed, once their level of confidence has gone high, they could always, step into the
I
world
think
of intelligent
teachers,
students.
they should set target for themselves that they bring up the level and make at par with the good students. I think that could be the best way. When they are in a mix, teachers may not have any kind of a target.
Yes.
One more disadvantage I feel in teaching separately is that if a teacher is given two separate batches, like every student and intelligent student, a teacher may start avoiding teaching intelligent student, keeping in mind that they are intelligent, they will do it on their own. And you said that intelligent students don't go to tuitions, I suppose. So I would like to bring to your notice that many a times we see in the newspaper tuition classes giving the list of toppers of their class, tuition classes, 98%, 99%.
That is separate issue. That is the commercial angle is there in that.
But the thing is that if a teacher is just not able to motivate them properly, like a teacher is just interested in doing commercialization of her job, Like she'll say to the dull students that you are not able to perform this nicely, so I'll give you extra learning, but for that you'll have to come at my home or keep tuitions with me. For intelligent students, no doubt they can get to learn anytime.
See, the intelligent students would need hardly any kind of support. I would say that it is just like formalities for them, and they are looking for like some kinds of finishing touches. Those who have got the initiative of learning, I think like school serves only the purpose that they solve the doubts of these students.
And also at the same time, like teaching them separately would test the teaching ability of a teacher as well.
Yes, that is what the benchmark can be set. Like yes, if the average performance of the class is this, and principal can ask them to bring up the performance overall.
See, while teaching,
accountability will not be there in case of a mixed class.
Because usually teachers, they blame weak students that just because they are weak, they are not able to score. But if teachers are allotted a separate class of weak students, she has not got anyone to blame. That would
she can just say the same thing.
Like
because they are weak, that's why they are not able to learn properly. So I'm not able to teach them
so
properly.
They can be pushed up. They can give them separate extra treatment to them.
But for that, a teacher needs to be trained properly. She needs to have that amount of responsibility in herself that I need to motivate my students because they're weak.
Yes,
according to this, it means that if a teacher is well trained, you give a class filled with intelligent and every student, she will be managing that.
We should not look this aspect as we are doing something unfair to those weak students when we are making them to sit separately. In fact, we can do good to them.
We should be taking it in a positive manner.
It is not a discrimination against them.
No, that we can do that. If we give the teachers a separate training on the side that these students are dull and you need to teach them in this way so that they can bring themselves up. The teacher should be trained differently for those students. And teachers should be motivated like that also, that you need to train them so that they can shine.
And it is seen that, it is observed sometimes that those who are intelligent students, they interfere when learning takes place because they already know certain things.
Yes, true.
You might have observed in your school time that those who are intelligent students, they would rather interfere when the teacher is teaching.
Personally, for me, that is an act of a kind of boost given by the intelligent student to the average student, by seeing them that they are able to answer very quickly.
No, it is not with the angle of giving them the motivation or something like that.
It always happens that the
it is to demotivate rather.
Yes, in a sense.
See, as far as we are talking about motivation and demotivation, a student who is just in 5th or 6th standard is not able to understand motivation. He just understands competition. After he gets to a certain level, 10th and 11th standard, he starts realizing that I need to work harder. He has a positive attitude or a negative attitude in his life.
Yes, ma'am. Like to face the same competition, weak students needs extra grooming. They need extra attention and extra time to be given. Then only they would be able to face competition and enter into the mainstream.
So at the age of when a student is in 10th standard, he needs to learn what is positive attitude. If he is taught separately, he is always going to be in a negative attitude, thinking that I am a dull student, so I am being separated from the intelligent students. That way, his morale will be down.
Fine, so it was a good discussion. The conclusion I would like to draw, one conclusion is that it is only the school administration that they should decide what to do, but yes, a result should be there. Whatever method they use, whether they make them to sit separately or make them to sit together, performance should be there. They should be accountable. Thank you.